The dining table shimmered beneath the chandelier's soft glow, its surface catching the gentle flicker of 2 candles I'd lit an hour earlier. An unopened bottle of Merlot stood in the center, its untouched presence almost accusing. The clock on the wall ticked past 8, every second puncturing my patience like a pin. I straightened the silverware again, aligning the forks with obsessive precision, as if perfect order might calm the restlessness twisting inside me. Tonight marked our 5th anniversary. And Sarah wasn't just late, she was gone. Her message from 2 hours ago still echoed in my mind. Running late, babe. Out with the girls. Forgot it was tonight. Sorry. Forgot. The word landed like a blow. I'd spent weeks preparing, ordered her favorite duck confit from the butcher, rehearsed the recipe until the kitchen reeked of rosemary and effort. My fingers brushed against the small velvet box in my pocket, the weight of the sapphire pendant pressing into my thigh. She might have forgotten, but I hadn't. I never did. The apartment was too quiet, the kind of silence that seemed to vibrate with things unsaid. I poured myself a glass of water, the ice clinking sharply in the stillness. My phone lay dark on the table. No new messages. I picked it up anyway, scrolling through her texts, searching for some sign I'd overlooked. The past few weeks replayed like an old film. Sarah working late, her phone always face down, her laughter too practiced when I asked about her day. I'd told myself not to overthink it, that she was just under pressure from her promotion. But sitting there now, with dinner going cold and no sign of her, suspicion began to feel like certainty. I started pacing, my footsteps thudding against the hardwood. The skyline glittered through the window, once a comforting sight, now distant and cold. I tried calling again, voicemail. Her bright recorded greeting sounded foreign, artificial. I didn't bother leaving a message. Instead, I opened the group chat with her friends. My thumbs hovered before I typed, "Hey, is Sarah with you guys? Just checking in." Minutes dragged by with no reply. The candles had begun to melt down, their wax hardening into pale puddles on the tablecloth. Restless, I opened Instagram. It wasn't suspicion, I told myself, just habit. Her last story was from yesterday, a smiling photo at her office, eyes tired. Nothing new. I scrolled through her followers, pausing at a name I didn't recognize, Jake Morrison. His bio read, Creative Director, NYC. Living for the moment. A chill crept up my spine. Back on Sarah's page, my thumb stopped on an image from 2 weeks ago, a dim bar, her laughing, a man's arm slung casually over her shoulder. The caption read, "Work hard, play hard." I'd dismissed it then. Now it felt like evidence. The doorbell suddenly buzzed, loud and sharp. My heart jolted. Sarah. I crossed the room quickly and pulled the door open. Emily stood there, Sarah's best friend. Her coat was damp with rain, her face pale and drawn. "Mark," she said softly, barely above a whisper. "We need to talk." My stomach clenched. Is Sarah okay? Where is she? Emily stepped inside, eyes avoiding mine. "She's fine," she said quietly. Then, after a pause, "But you need to sit down." "Physically, I mean." She hesitated, clutching her purse like it might keep her steady. "Can we sit?" I guided her to the couch, my pulse pounding in my ears. The air felt dense, pressing down, every breath a little harder to take. "What's going on, Em?" She said she was with you. Emily's eyes flicked toward the dining table, the untouched food, the candles still burning low. "She's not with us," she said at last. "She hasn't been for weeks." The words struck like a blow. I sank onto the couch, gripping my knees as if I might fall apart. "What are you talking about? She's been out with you every Friday." She told me she lied. Emily's voice cracked, her eyes shining with tears. "I didn't want to be the one to tell you, Mark. I kept hoping she'd do it herself." My throat closed up, a bitter taste creeping up the back of my tongue. "Tell me what?" Emily looked away, twisting the strap of her purse. "She's been seeing someone. Jake, from her office. I saw them together last month, at a bar in Soho. They didn't know I was there. I confronted her afterward. She begged me not to tell you. Said it was a mistake, that she'd end it." She stopped, her silence louder than anything she could have said. The room seemed to tilt. I clutched the couch, The rough fabric grounding me. Jake. The arm in that photo. The late nights. The missed anniversary. Every piece of the puzzle clicked painfully into place, each one cutting deeper. How long? My voice came out as a rasp. I don't know. A few months, maybe. Her words were barely above a whisper. I'm so sorry, Mark. I didn't know how else to do this. Anger burned through me, sharp and blinding, but beneath it sat something heavier. Grief. Raw and unhealed. I thought of Sarah's laughter, the way she'd curl against me on the couch, her head on my chest. Was it all pretend? Or had something broken without me seeing? I'd believed love meant trust, forgiveness. But this wasn't a mistake. It was a choice. A betrayal. Why tonight? I asked, my voice shaking. Why now? Emily swallowed, her hands trembling. Because she's with him right now. She posted a story on Instagram. By accident, I think, then deleted it. They're at the Blue Haven Hotel. I couldn't just let you sit here waiting for her. She trailed off, tears spilling over. The Blue Haven. 2 blocks away. My vision blurred, rage and heartbreak fusing into something unstoppable. I grabbed my coat. The small velvet box in my pocket felt suddenly cruel, mocking. I'm going, I said, though the words didn't feel like mine. Mark, wait. Emily started, but I was already out the door. The night air was sharp, rain slicking the streets as I broke into a run. Neon lights smeared across puddles, color bleeding into shadow. My thoughts churned. Part of me wanted to scream, to confront her, to demand why. Another part wanted to turn back and pretend none of this was real. But my legs wouldn't stop. I had to see. The Blue Haven's lobby glowed warm and golden. Velvet chairs, polished marble, soft music. It all felt wrong, too calm. My chest was chaos. I scanned the bar. And there she was. Sarah. Sitting in the corner. Her hair caught the dim light just so. Across from her, Jake. His hand rested on hers. They were laughing, and the sound hit me like a knife. I froze, the world narrowing until it was just the two of them. Then she looked up. Our eyes met. Her smile fell away, replaced by something that might have been shame, or regret, or love. She stood quickly, her glass tipping, red wine spilling like blood across the table. Mark, she said, her voice trembling. I can explain. But I didn't wait to hear it. I turned and walked out into the rain. The sapphire pendant in my pocket felt like it weighed 1,000 pounds. Behind me, she called my name, but the city swallowed the sound. All that remained was the rain, and the steady breaking of my own heart.